that. Don't have that. Okay. We're gonna do this intro. Let me get chat up and going. All right. So I want just like 5. We've probably already had, but just now 5
let's
seconds.
do whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. 5 seconds of no talking, so I can use that
Well, then
for
why did you invite us?
for talking after the 5 seconds, Paul. Let me
This
turn off
guy.
Commissioner Gordner also. So
Oh,
Paul
come
can say,
on.
"Oh, Commissioner Gordon's gone. Oh, Commissioner Gordon's gone."
There, my phone is silenced also.
How inconvenient.
Okay, 5 seconds, no talking. So I can
All right, Commissioner
use that
Gordon, no
to
talking for
remove the
5
noise.
seconds. I hear something in the background ticking.
Why are
ticking.
you
Does
talking?
That count?
Hopefully that.
I thought you wanted silence. I was trying to warn you.
No, because then I can use that to cancel it out. Because I can.
Oh,
cancel
how about
out
I
that.
just go on mute?
No,
Because then he won't get your background noise.
Yeah, because I'll just have that as a baseline. Hey, Yoshi.
Oh,
And
I
so-
understand what you're doing now. Sorry, I thought you wanted to know where to come in.
No. This is
All right,
so
you want to
bad.
clean
No,
all
we
the garbage
haven't
out.
even done the thumbs up yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm so confused. Yeah, Yoshi.
Yeah,
much,
me too.
Pretty much.
Welcome to the club.
Oh my word. Okay. Everyone has moustaches. We do
That's
have
right.
Moustaches.
In honor of calculus not being here.
Oh, what happened to calculus?
You know what? I was at the wedding and he was not in sight at all. I think something nefarious went down.
He would have been a
That's
great
neither
ring
here
bearer.
nor there.
Uh,
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Okay.
Or perhaps the flower cow.
You don't actually have a mustache. Well, thank you. Well, yes, I don't actually have a mustache. What did you say, Drew?
I'm making stupid jokes.
Oh my gosh! This is Quigley. There's no jokes. It's all seriousness.
Sure
Uh-huh.
it is. Sure it
Come on
is.
now. All right. Then are you guys ready to go? Thumbs up if you're ready to go.
oh, I just realized I have my VPN on. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't throttle me.
Okay.
My VPN's on.
For all those injured. No, don't tell them that. I want them to question calculus's safety.
There was that time we had hamburgers.
Wow.
Very sus.
Beltzburgers.
All right, then I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and do this. Actually, will you come over, please? So we can.
Oh, the Admiral's making a visit.
No, she is an officer, not an admiral.
I'm not an admiral.
No, he was talking about you. It's
Oh,
Ashley's
I'll-
show and you're visiting.
No, I meant Ashley.
Not
Oh,
my show. This is my show.
Oh, it's the Francisco show. There you have it, folks.
You're El Capitan.
Yes, I am El Capitan. Thank
You
you.
are El Capitan.
You're Spanish? Since when?
Oh my word.
I didn't say Francisco wasn't the captain. I just said he had a boss.
Officers, but I'm not an admiral.
Exactly.
I'm an
See.
Ashley.
Babo says
Admiral
admirals are-
Ashley.
Yeah, exactly.
They are, but I'm an Ashley.
So you got your southern drawl or whatever.
You need a southern accent?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't-
I'd like because she sort of has one.
I
so
mean,
yeah,
she
do that.
does.
Well, she is
I
from
mean, what do you want?
Texas.
Do you want
She is a native-born Texican.
She is a native-born Texican.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go.
Oh wait, okay. So we're all ready. Let me get ready.
want
to-
it?
Yeah, right there,
want
so
it?
that you're closer to the mic.
Okay, I'll get as close as I can.
Wait for it.
When do you
All
want me?
Okay. Start whenever you like.
I don't want you to go.
You sure look pretty in that new blue dress,
If you go after Marston, he'll kill you.
kid. Next time she talks, kid. Next time she talks like that, put on this episode of the Retro Rewind podcast.
Reflux capacitor refluxing. Crew to stations. Scanning for Quigley Down Under 1990. Prepare to rewind in 3, 2, 1.
Did Alice turn Australian for this episode? Because that's amazing.
Yeah, she's from Down Under. Welcome, rewinders
Alice
and new
Down
listeners, and new listeners to the Retro Rewind podcast, where we take a fresh look at movies and games from 15 or more years ago. I am your captain of the pod, Francisco Ruiz, and I'm joined by your XO and mine, Paul, the master interrupter, sharpshooter powers.
Roy? Oh, Roy, it's you! Every time there's a pod from America, I come down looking for you. Thank God you've come for me.
My name's not Roy. It's Ruiz Francisco.
Oh, sorry, Roy. Sorry. Roy.
Oh, it's going to be one of those. Also, for this discussion of the film Quigley Down Under, we welcome back aboard ship's historian, Drew Dodgen. Hey, Drew.
How's it going, Roy?
And you know what? You were in line for a promotion, but maybe not now. Call me Roy. But no, Drew, this is your 6th time on the pod.
Woohoo!
So you have now been promoted to chief historian. Congratulations. Woot, woot, woot. So thank you for being back, Drew. And now that you have a quick flyby of who we are, Paul, can you give us a quick overview of the production specs for Quigley Down Under?
All right. Quigley was released September 24th, 2003. It runs an hour and 29 minutes and is rated G. It was directed and written by William Byron Hillman, with lead stars being Gary Busey,
Paul.
Yeah?
Paul. No,
I'm sorry, you want that in an
Quigley.
Australian accent?
No, I want in the Quigley Down Under 1990 movie.
We already reviewed The Rescuers Down Under.
Quigley Down Under.
Oh, no. Quigley. Okay,
Yes.
fine.
For my birthday, Paul. We're doing this
Oh,
for my
yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Roy.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday to Roy. Happy birthday to Roy.
Quigley Down Under was released October 19th, 1990. Runs an hour and 59 minutes and is rated PG-13. It was directed by Simon Windsor and written by John Hill, with lead stars being Tom Selleck, Laura San Giacomo. Sorry, Laura, I don't know.
Giacomo, I think
That
is what
too,
it is.
depending on what region you're from.
Oh, yeah.
And Alan Rickman, who was
Rick Man.
yeah, he was
Yes,
once
he's a Mega Man villain now.
Exactly. I was going to say a leftover Mega Man villain, but yes. The music was composed by Basil Poldoris. Let's go with that.
Doris.
Well, again, different regions. All right, you ready for the box office trivia?
I'm ready. Drew, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Roy.
Awesome. Awesome. And anyone watching live in chat is welcome to join as well, including Ken from Spokane. Hey, Ken. Go for it, Paul.
All right, Quigley Down Under was made for about $18 million and earned over $21 million at the box office.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's wonderful until you count the costs of promotions, which
Yeah,
they probably didn't
exactly.
do much. Anyway, given this and the fact that it was released theatrically in 1990, how high in the box office do you think it ranks among the movies of 1990? And because I've been going easy on you, I'm gonna tell you it's the top 100 this time.
Because it's after 50. I can read you. I can sharpshoot that from a mile away. Drew, where do you think it placed in the top 100?
51.
51. And let's see. In chat, we have Kevin guesses 99. Wow.
Nice.
Ashley with 55.
Isn't that how many red balloons there are?
Red tough balloons.
Baba, of course, with his 42. And I'm going to guess...
This is your birthday, so might as well go for number one.
No, I'm going to guess 81. That's going to be my guess. Paul,
right.
where did it end up?
Well, according to the numbers.com, it is 56.
56. Oh, okay.
So somebody snipe shooted.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
Ashley.
Drew. Oh, Ashley got 56?
Yeah, Ashley got it.
Got 55. She barely-
Wow. Well done, Ashley. Well done. Awesome.
Sorry, Drew.
It happened.
So close. So close. I was going to guess 56. But I thought, I want people to be, I want other people to win. So I was like,
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Roy.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Roy.
Thank you for those factoids, Paul.
Is this the Roy Rewind podcast?
No,
It is now.
It is not. Thank you for those factoids, Paul. And let's see if any of them factor into our memory mind melt or subsequent roundtable discussion, which we'll get into once Alice has located our target film.
Alert. Approaching target. Spoilers incoming. Establishing analysis vector.
Set your sights on adventure. Set your sights on romance.
How's about you and me taking off all our clothes and going swimming?
Set your sights
Everyone knows about you.
on a hero.
Matthew Quigley.
Matthew Quigley.
Matthew Quigley. I wanted to hire the finest long-distance marksman in the world, have I?
Tom Selleck, Quigley Down Under, rated PG-13.
Have I? I don't know. Have you? We won't know until we review Quigley Down Under. But let's see how sharp our memories are for this film before we rewatched it. Here's our memory mind meld synopsis for Quigley Down Under. Magnum PI goes to Australia to help Hans Gruber kill dingoes. After being betrayed by an Aborigine, Quigley and Cora from Just Shoot Me are left to die in the outback but somehow survive. The crazy lady wears down Monica's boyfriend to allow her to become his girlfriend instead. Quigley and Severus Snape get into a duel, but Snape apparently forgot the disarming charm because he loses to Magnum. I mean, all of that, for the most part, is right, but I don't think the crazy lady wears him down so much as they just sort of find affection for each other. So, because of that, this was Decepted. But based on those memories as not so flawed as they were, what rating did they lead you to predict for this film before rewatching it? Classic, nostalgic, or tragic? Let's start with Drew.
It had been a very long time since I'd seen this movie.
Here, here.
So I'm going with this. I went with nostalgic.
Nostalgic, all right. Paul, how about you?
I predicted tragic. That's
Yeah, because you're every time I bring this up, hey, let's do Quigley Down Under. Well, let's not. Oh,
Well,
Quigley.
yeah,
Are
I've
you sure you
seen
wanna do
it.
that for your birthday.
I have no desire to see it.
Well, for me, obviously, classic was my prediction.
Oh,
because
wow. We
I
are
wanted
across
it
the
for-
board.
Oh, we are across the board. Let's see. Kenneth predicted tragic. Ashley predicted nostalgic. Oh my gosh! But you want to offend me, Ashley? Jeez, how dare you? Anyway, it'll be interesting to see if those predictions come true. But first, let's get into our discussion of the things we liked most about Quigley Down Under. Let's spin up our.
Best 3.
All right, and let's start. I'm going to start with Paul. What is something you liked about Quigley Down Under?
This might be, I could see this being someone's classic maker, but for me, not so much. But I did enjoy the cast, mainly Tom Selleck and Alan Rickman, even Laura, what's her name from Just Shoot Me, and some of the other people I thought did a really good job.
Yeah, even some of the henchmen and stuff. I thought they all sort of had their own quality to them that made them interesting.
Yes, I was going to say the same exact thing. Usually all the henchmen kind of blend in, but these each one had their own unique style about them, which was nice.
Exactly.
It was nice that they were all different characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Were all the different characters something you gravitated toward, Drew, or was there something else you liked?
I really liked the music in this one.
Here.
This has to be the first time I've ever heard a full symphony orchestra play with a banjo. Because it was weird hearing that banjo playing along these big brass instruments all throughout the film. So
I thought it was a nice blend.
it was nice. It was just, it's like, that's the first time I think I've ever heard that.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that more later.
Yeah, I was about to say that was actually my second like.
Really? The music?
Yeah, was the mediocre music in this that
mediocre music.
It's mediocre, okay, but compared to the dribble that we have for music in today's movies, it is very good.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
I get the feeling you don't like techno, Paul.
Oh, I do. Come on, folk with a
doesn't
goss.
like just hums and he doesn't like ambient score.
Come on, folk with goss. Sorry.
Everybody to the limit. Everybody to the limit. Everybody come on, folk with God.
See, I like techno.
Where are you guys?
Come on, even the cheat. You know.
I'm so confused right now. Anyway, something I liked about this, because it's my turn now, is and it's interesting. This happened. this was actually shot all in Australia, and it shows. Like the scenery, because of I think the cinematography just looks so beautiful.
And
I have one quibble about that I'll talk about later, but I just loved how this looked. I thought it was not mediocre at all. I really enjoyed how this film looked. It's so beautiful to see. And Quigley even commented how, oh yeah, it's beautiful scenery, because it really was. So that's something I enjoyed, was it being shot on location and looking so nice. Let's go back to Drew. What's something else you liked?
As always, Alan Rickman is a gem in these movies.
Yes.
And he does a really good job here. He's got some of my favorite lines, even though I can't think of the quotes right now. But his very dry delivery of all these lines, I thought was done very well.
Yeah, awesome. Apparently, I read this in the trivia that the main reason he agreed to do this was because he wanted to go to Australia. He hadn't before, so.
Oh, nice.
That's not a bad reason.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because he still gave this movie his all. He did not phone this performance in at all.
Oh no, I thought this was really well, and this was sort of like his his big villain trifecta in the late 80s, early 90s with Die Hard, Quigley Down Under, and then Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which we reviewed back in episode 25 of the podcast. But
some men are born in the wrong century. I think I was born on the wrong continent.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, you're fired.
Yes.
So,
and I'm sitting there going, you wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in Galveston.
Galveston?
Well, I assume that's where you get off the boat.
Maybe.
Moving on.
Okay, yeah.
Is that in Australia? I'm not from there, so I don't know.
Maybe it's San Francisco. That make more sense to you Westerners.
Sure, that works. Anyway, something I liked is and this has always been a draw for me. I think it's just
partner.
My personality is I love that Quigley is a sharpshooter and can just like hit something from so far away. I love the sniper in Saving Private Ryan. Barry Pepper, I think, is the actor's name in that. I've never seen it, but I've always been interested to see Enemy at the Gates, which is about a Russian versus a Nazi
that's with young Indiana Jones, right?
Jude Law?
And No, sorry. Yeah, it's Jude Law's in it, but I think it's with young Indiana Jones and
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Guess well, it's probably
Oh, nope, not interesting anymore. Sorry.
It's gone.
I was trying to say the director for this directed several episodes of Young Indiana Jones.
I believe it.
Yeah.
This was a lot better.
I agree. But so I just loved that. I thought it was so cool that Quigley was able to hit things from so far away.
Have you seen the movie The Shooter?
No. Is that about a sharpshooter also?
It's about a
Is that with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. I think so.
I haven't seen it. I've seen this old 90s movie called Sniper, where these guys are on.
There you go. It's about a sniper. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, it's called Sniper instead of Shooter?
No, I was asking if you saw Shooter, because it is with Mark Wahlberg about being a sniper.
Okay.
I saw The Shooters with John Wayne. Does that count?
Yes.
Maybe. I haven't seen that.
I saw a guy do that in the back alley once.
You saw
Let's move on. Let's move on to our classic makers. And since you guys stepped all over mine.
You're welcome. You stepped all over mine, so it all works.
All right.
I thought this was how this worked.
The music. I mean, Basil Polidoris is my favorite composer. And this is
what
one that
what
I
else
really
did he do then?
Conan the Barbarian, A Hunt for October, RoboCop, Free Willy, Red Dawn. Would you like me to go on?
I thought Michael Jackson did Free Willy.
He did the song, but the score was done by Basil Polidoris.
Yeah, he did it better.
Oh my gosh, whatever, Paul. This director also directed Free Willy, by the way, which was interesting.
This director did everything. Probably did The Shooter.
Anyway, so I adore this score. I can hum it at the drop of a hat. It's so good.
In fact, you could probably needle drop it right here. It's so funny because after the movie,
yes,
I was singing Alan Silvestri's
From Back
which
to
is
the
so
Future
much
3.
better. Yes.
Whatever, it's not so. They're both good. I would
No,
not say that's better, though.
one is superior.
Yeah,
and
to
it's
Basil
obvious.
Polydorus. If one is going to be superior, it's Basil.
Sorry,
Polydorus.
Alan. You know
No,
what's you know your rule.
No, whatever. You don't know, Paul.
It's okay, Roy. We can agree to disagree.
Drew, what was your classic maker for this film?
The entire scene that ends with my favorite quote in this film.
Oh, okay.
I said I never had much use for one. Never said I didn't know how to use it.
Yes, that was
because
so
the
cool.
whole movie you see him doing all this great stuff with the rifle. And then the last minute, because there's a part of you that's thinking, well, maybe he doesn't actually know how to use the pistol because that is a different set of skills because it's a lot shorter and there's a lot more. It's a different type of weapon. And then he just like gets him right in the face with that before you even realize they're even aiming at each other.
Right.
It's like I just love that moment. It's like
it's so good.
And that's done.
I think that speaks to the pride of Marston or Alan Rickman's character, and he's like, "Oh, let me line you up right by my old target practicing post." He's like, he's just so sure of himself that he's going to be able to take Quigley out.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that scene from Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the swordsman's doing all that random sword kind of stuff, and Indiana Jones just picks his gun up and shoots him in the head. That's what it reminds me of.
Yes, totally. I can totally see that. Well, that's awesome that moment, and I mean, I love it when a classic maker is something at the climax of the movie, because you don't want your classic maker. Oh, that opening was so great, and then all downhill from there.
Well, it's not like we're talking about Up, so. Moving on.
Oh, sad. Paul, what was... So, I apparently walked all over your classic maker, and what would that be?
Yeah, that was the scenery.
Oh,
I love the scenery. It felt authentic. I'll throw in a bonus. I loved seeing the use of the Aborigines, because you don't see them that often in movies.
And I mean, if... I would imagine they were authentic Aborigines. I'd be shocked if they were.
I'm fairly certain they were.
They look it enough, yes.
Yes.
Now, they may have been, what do you call it? Westernized. I'm trying to think of, they may not be living in the bush, but
But they certainly have the look.
Yes,
absolutely. And that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, those are the things we loved the most about Quigley Down Under. I know there's probably even more to like because it's such a great movie. But we limit it to 3. Except, there's something else I forgot that I liked.
Well, it's your birthday. Go for it.
Again, Roy?
I'm not Roy. I'm Francisco Ruiz.
Roy, yeah.
That's something else I liked was Geek Devotions. Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture-infused devotional, their podcast, Com Talk, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
Geek,
yeah? Why is that funny? I'm not sure.
It's what Socrates says in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm sorry. I can see how they relate to Bill and Ted. I'm just struggling to see what Geek Devotions, how this is alike for Quigley Down Under.
Oh, well, Paul, this is a Western, and though they haven't covered any Westerns, they have... Dang it, I actually came up with a connection. I can't remember what it was.
Are you sure they haven't covered any Westerns? That's surprising.
I think they have.
I looked for Westerns. I looked for Australia.
How can you avoid an entire genre?
Well,
it's not like we never cover horror.
Maybe they don't like Westerns.
I looked for Trigun. I looked for Cowboy Bebop. Nothing.
That's what it doesn't have to do. They're the complete opposite.
Well, you know what? It's my birthday, so that's why.
Happy birthday, Geek Devotion.
It's because you can be a geek about Westerns as much as you can be a geek about anything else.
Wait, is it because it's also Dallas's birthday this week?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, that's what
why.
it is.
That's the
Okay.
reason. Exactly. Happy birthday, Dallas.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we figured it out in the end.
Okay, but in all seriousness, probably some trivia about Quigley Down Under would be a bit better.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Let's do that. Did you all realize that Sharps...
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah.
Someone is in the kitchen with Dinah. I'm just going to wait a second. That's okay. Are you done? Okay.
Edna mode.
Yes, Edna mode.
And Roy.
Neko, hello. Wow. But it would make sense. What would make sense? Happy early birthday. Thank you, Neko. Kenneth says, Cell did that mouse western recently. Yeah, I know. And I would have done Cellcast, except we did Cellcast just last time. So
And I'm on
I
this
tried to switch it up.
episode, so
And you're on this episode, yeah. So I felt like
it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, they just did Fiebles Goes West.
I know. I thought about that. I'm like, oh man, that would have been perfect. But no, I had to do them last time for Wayne.
It happens.
Yes.
I have no idea how a podcast about with two single guys in it has to do with the wedding singer, but
there you go.
It was your turn. I hadn't done you guys in a while, so you're up in the rotation.
hey, at least you're not having to go back and re-record everything because you've only been promoting Geek Devotions for 2 months.
You have
Like,
been?
That's
good for them.
I forgot to make all the rest of the ads.
Something else I forgot. Someone besides Geek Devotion.
Oh, by the way, Kenneth, I'm glad you're enjoying the Wayne Singer episode on your way up. Yeah,
nice.
I was like trying to get. I'm all caught up on all the bonus content and the normal episodes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That could have been
we're
brought to my
You
attention yesterday.
Yes.
You actually
Also-
got some episodes in that I had got to yet.
Nice.
So something I've been able to catch up on this week. All the patrons are going to be getting. I know some of you have seen the well, you can't see them.
I can't see it.
Oh, it's clear. That's amazing.
It's
How do you get a clear
see-through.
sticker?
That's
green.
camouflage. No, how did you perfect that?
You know what? Stop it. It's green. It's not transparent. It's not a predator thing.
It's the Hulk?
No, it's the Jaguar from Road to El Dorado. So you're gonna get that one, patrons. Also the National Treasure.
Nice
thing, and then we also have peanut butter solution, Skippy Crunchy peanut butter right there.
Nice.
And then the other one I made.
The real question is it Jif peanut butter or GIF peanut butter?
Jif is
Skippy.
peanut
It's
butter.
Skippy. And then
I'm being
this,
facetious,
you can't really
Roy.
see. It's a pineapple with another transparent head, apparently. But
Where's SpongeBob?
Well, he's at the one at the bottom of the sea next to the Moai head.
Oh yeah.
I
So
have
wait.
those
What
the
about
card.
I thought you were going to show the wedding stickers.
the wedding singer. That'll
No,
be
not the wedding
next one.
singer. The wedding stickers.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna probably include those also for patrons. But yeah, and then
Oh, nice bonus.
bonus. Yeah, because we have several extras.
Is
so.
that all levels or
there's
just a specific level?
The sticker level?
Okay, yeah, I'm not to that one, but that's fine.
Oh,
That's nice.
That has camouflage bow tie you got.
Yes,
there.
all right, you and your camouflage.
Dude, it's an awesome effect.
It's doused with Invisiwater.
Wow. Okay.
Invisowink.
You're hungry for peanut butter. Oh no, D Tungsten. All right, here we go, guys. Going back to
Go where?
To the trivia.
Doom, 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 doom,
Okay,
doom,
I'm doing it now. 3,
Oh.
2, 1. Did you all realize that Sharp's rifles are now so inseparably related to this film that they are commonly nicknamed Quigley guns?
Nice.
Sales for such weapons increased by over 1,000% following the film's release, especially in the United States and Australia. And
So instead of one person buying it, 100 people bought it.
wow. And the sales continued through 2013. So that's 13? No, 23 years? Jeez Louise. My question to you guys, though, is what is your favorite projectile weapon from pop culture? So not swords or daggers or anything. It has to be, it could be like a bow and arrow, it could be a gun, something like that. Cannon. What is your favorite? Let's start with Paul.
Does vomit count?
No.
Because
Vomit
that
does
would
not.
be a weapon.
Yuck. No.
If used
that is
right,
not.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to drop off and come
Your
back.
VPN. Okay,
Yeah.
no worries, Paul. No worries.
And I won't say vomit. You can take that out too if you want. Oh, hold on. Bye.
It is pretty effective, Bobo, but Nerf guns, it's Nerf for nothing nice, actually.
That is an excellent answer. I may have to come back.
Well, okay, then where are you seen? Well, I guess the next Karate Kid has Nerf guns.
Super Soakers?
What movie? These are from pop culture, guys. Like a movie, a game.
How is a toy not pop culture?
It's a movie, a game, a book, a TV show.
I mean, that's
something
not
like
my
that.
choice. I'm just quoting toys at this point.
I mean, I guess in a way it's pop culture, but that's not what I meant. Big Iron, Big Iron. What's Big Iron, Big Iron? Okay, here's Paul back.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Am I coming in clear?
You are coming in clear.
Okay, good. We still haven't.
Ooh, I'm at the bottom now.
Oh,
You got
weren't
demoted.
There you go.
There we go.
Not that I care.
Well, it'd be kind of weird in video editing that no one
would.
does. Anyway.
Francisco video edits?
No.
I didn't know
Good
this.
video edits. Okay, anytime you're ready, Paul.
I'm gonna say the Ninja Stars. Those.
I guess that works.
What do you mean? You project it, you throw it, and even the battering is more of a ninja star in the movies rather than a boomerang like it is in the comics, because it never comes back; it sticks.
All right, I guess.
What do you mean, all right?
I'll allow it.
What? How would you not? It's a projectile and it's a weapon.
I was thinking of something that shoots something else, but I guess
Well, you didn't say that.
All right, fine.
You
I
said
all right.
Okay,
I
Mr.
said all
Shooter.
right. All right, so wait, a ninja star or batarang was yours, Paul?
No, I said a ninja star. Even today's battering is taken from that because it's not like a boomerang.
So you mean a shuriken?
Yes.
Shuriken, yeah.
Shuriken.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Drew, how about for you?
The Aperture Science handheld portal device, aka the portal gun from Portal.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like that.
Because it's really overpowered if you actually use it against real people, not just
you can use it
turrets.
on people?
On real people.
If you could in the game.
If you could.
But since the only thing you fight are turrets, it's not really that overpowered.
Very fair. That's true.
You could set it up where you could fling some guy like far into the distance.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, good point.
All right, Francisco, what's your favorite gun?
I was
How'd
actually
you know it's a gun?
saying Mechagodzilla.
Maybe it's a bow and arrow.
You're into shooting things.
Actually, I really, really I've always liked it whenever they've translated into games, but the minigun from Predator that Jesse Ventura uses, the way it whirs up and it just can mow down tons of people.
All right.
I love killing, apparently.
Apparently so. Great trivia,
We
Francisco.
are a violent show tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Now that we've had some killing fun, let's find out what you, our rad rewinders, had to say about Quigley Down Under.
Yes, John Harshu says it was the first time I'd ever seen Tom Selleck as anything other than Magnum PI.
Dustin Warford says, I said I never. He said what Drew said.
What did I say?
Quote, I said I never had a need for pistols. I never said I didn't know how to use them. Then he goes on to say, I loved how he wrecked the villains in the end with weapons of their own choosing.
Let's see. Adam Collins says, what does he say? That's a great question. Let me find it here. I remember. What? No, that was fine. I was just vamping. Why you come? Now I do have to end the mode.
Sorry,
Good job.
I've been in an editing mode myself recently, and that's something I would have edited. But moving on, my apologies. Shoot me later with your minigun.
Well, since we're in end mode, Paul, will you stop messing with the stuff unless you're adding other things that I don't know of?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't know what you did.
Box?
Yeah, you did that, not me.
No, I didn't. Here, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I'm adding because I forgot to put Nekos in here.
Neko.
There.
The Neko Mata?
Nekomata, yeah. Why is this bolded? Thank you, Paul.
I don't
All right.
know.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to Adam's quote. Here we go.
Adam Coolings.
Adam Collins says, I remember thinking, wow, an American movie set here in Australia, because he lives in Tasmania, I believe. And
Wow.
And he also remembers something about a woman who smothered a crying kid while hiding from something. Yep, good memory.
Neko says, I heard a bit of the music on the YouTube, but other than that, nothing else. But my question is, did you enjoy the soundtrack? Throwing a question right back at you.
I very much enjoyed it, and it sounds like Paul did, even though he thought it was just okay.
Yes.
I did also, Roy.
Thank you. Benjamin T. Van Dypen says, it's a great score featuring dramatic banjo.
Nate Henderson says, proof that Alan Rickman is a fantastic villain in anything he's cast in.
Drake Tungsten says, I remember it was a movie that was released. For some reason, I was thinking it was animated.
Yeah, that'd be Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
With George C. Scott, who didn't go to the 3rd grade for nothing.
That's right.
And Celeste more sort of swings us into our dislike section by saying, I fell asleep the only time I tried to watch it. Wow, Celeste. Well, maybe there's reasons to fall asleep in this movie. Let's get into the things we didn't like about Quigley Down Under, spinning up our...
Worst 3.
And I'm going to start us off by some very, very minute. And this is only if you have subtitles on. But early in the movie, the subtitle said coyotes howling, but I'm pretty sure it's just dingoes in Australia. I doubt
There are coyotes in Australia also.
No, there aren't. No, I'm right.
Those were not dingoes howling because they were too busy eating your baby.
Oh my gosh. How did you look that up, Drew, that there are coyotes in Australia?
No, but I will right now.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I'm pretty
Anyone
sure
can fly them over there.
Wow.
Besides, how do you know that just wasn't like just random audio the audio person put in?
Yeah, they could have put in a coyote. Yeah,
coyotes in Australia. Although coyotes look more similar to wolves than dingoes, it's actually dingoes that are technically a subspecies of wolf. That doesn't answer my question.
No, it does not.
Thanks a lot, Google. Why are you the top of the list?
Where is coyote?
Coyotes are found in North America, into Central America, and Mexico. It's only the Americas.
Apparently, the Australian version of the coyote or jackal is the Tasmanian devil.
Oh,
okay.
There
Not
you go.
the dingo.
So
it shows
but
the
they don't
devil
have coyotes. They don't have coyotes.
Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania.
Now that that unsolved mystery is solved.
Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania.
Okay, we're not covering Tasmania, guys. Quickly Down Under. Let's stay on topic. But
When do we do that?
So my dislike is valid. I don't like that they said in the subtitles coyote howling when it should have been dingo howling.
Again, to Drew's point, maybe it was an audio clip of coyotes howling that they inserted. So technically, those were coyotes howling, not dingoes.
Well, they should have put it in then.
And if
it's wrong in some fashion.
I'll put that in. Some of the lines from the minions, whatever the bandits, the people working for Alan Rickman, they said coyote once or twice. So maybe they just don't know any better.
Maybe. I don't know. That's strange. I don't remember that, but it's possible. Regardless,
it was very light in the background, and I'd only know it because of the closed captioning.
I just thought that was inconsistent with their saying, given that they filmed it in Australia and everything is authentic in that way. Let's go to Paul.
Nobody's perfect, Roy.
Yeah, like you giving the wrong name to me. Paul, what's something you didn't like about this film? Not just in general. Are you confused by that question, Paul?
Confused by you. I never met you before.
This is not 50 First Dates.
I'm Francisco Ruiz.
Okay.
You're co-host of this podcast.
One of the things that I didn't like is that there's kind of two dislikes in one. Okay, you know that hotshot younger kid who's like training up?
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I wish they did a better job. They had all this great cast of bandits, but I wish I knew their names better. I wish they made it a point to. So anyway,
Yeah, I almost want to say his name was Coogan, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, looking at the cast list, I'm like, it could be any of these guys.
Exactly.
All those names are very generic.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you one from the other.
But so this guy, this kid, hotshot kid, is up there at towards the end, up in the mountains, and he has a chance to kill Quigley, and he doesn't. I'm gonna let a deadly man who they're scared of anywhere from like 1,000 feet. I'm gonna let him live, and for such a hot-headed kid, it would be better for him to kill him than to try to bring him in alive. Which I was surprised. I was looking for it, and maybe I missed it. When he said bring him back, I'm like, well, do you want him back dead or alive? He didn't specify. At least I didn't.
That's fair.
Me, kill him, bring him in, take the glory. And then credits. Bye-bye, Quigley. You're now down under.
Wow. Okay, I guess that's one approach.
Well, he's such a hot-headed kid and they're on survival mode because he's taken out like 90% of the ranch by this time.
Yeah. That's a very fair observation, Paul. I can totally, I would get that. I get that. Drew, was that something that were there inconsistencies, whether it's coyotes or whether it's like, oh, if you're really in the situation, you wouldn't actually just try to wound him, you try to kill. Was there something like that you didn't like or something completely else?
No, it's despite Cora's backstory, I just do not like Cora. Aww. She is annoying throughout this entire film.
Yeah.
I don't like her until her backstory. Then I have way more sympathy for her.
I have more
sympathy. Oh, you're just like Quigley.
I have more sympathy for her, and I cheered along with her when she scared the dingoes off from eating the Aborigine baby.
Yeah.
But for the most part, throughout the rest of the film, I'm sitting there going, will you just shut up, Cora?
Yeah,
I think she's written
I'm getting that experience with all the Roys here, guys.
Oh, the Roy thing's just funny.
No, it's not.
Every other bit of her is annoying.
Okay, I can understand that.
I think the actress did a good job playing that. It's just written that way, unfortunately.
So, Drew, I guess you're after too much of her. You're just saying, just shoot me now.
Do you realize when you finally said that she was from Just Shoot Me earlier, I was this close to going, that's where she's from. I've been trying to figure it out in 3 days. I recognize every other main character in this, but her, I only saw that show once.
Oh, okay. Like, you mean the whole show once or one episode of it?
I was watching it for a period of time.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
And I only saw it in that one period of time.
Mm-hmm.
She was also in Stephen King TV series. What was it? The Last Stand or The Stand?
Well, I didn't watch that one.
She was in The Stand. Yeah, The Stand. Yeah. She was.
That's where I knew her from.
Yeah.
But Just Shoot Me on that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't get more work because I thought she did good.
I thought
Along
so
with
too.
the head Thermian in Galaxy Quest, which also had Alan Rickman in it.
Indeed.
Wait, she was the head Thermian?
No, she wasn't in
One of the
this.
other characters in Just Shoot Me was the head Thermian.
Oh, yes, he was, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Who was also in Veronica Mars?
You must save us.
Exactly. Anyway,
imagine what they think of these historical documents.
We're off the ranch, guys.
But why?
Aren't we always?
Paul, what makes you go, but why about this movie? What's something else anyway?
Oh, Quigley's a jerk.
What?
At the beginning, he does the whole save the cat and defends the elderly getting off the boat.
Yeah.
And then he goes in and does a 180 and pushes everyone else aside to make room for himself to get off the boat. He's a jerk.
Yeah.
He totally destroyed the whole, I'm going to like you to like, nah, I'm not.
But he also goes and saves the cat again and was trying to save Cora from all the...
Yes, but he's a jerk, so that's...
Can I defend?
Go ahead, defend the jerks.
My defense is he was being the shield between that old couple and the jerk who was trying to rush ahead of everybody.
That's fine.
And if he hadn't gotten ahead, he wouldn't have been able to talk to him to make sure he wasn't in such a hurry anymore. reference there.
You already pushed him away. There's no need to like push him to the back of the end of the line.
That's why you don't be a jerk.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that. Were there other moments where you felt he was a jerk, Paul, or was it?
At that point, I was gone. You had me at the beginning, then you lost it, and now I don't care.
So you're saying there's no room for redemption?
Yeah, after that boy's mama got shot because he visited the town, what you gonna do? You gotta leave Dodge. Get out of Dodge.
Wow.
He had no way of knowing that was going to
I
happen.
know, but now I would have had sympathy for him, but they lost it. They lost the sympathy.
All right. You know what? I this didn't make my dislike list, but
Could have left it.
I was talking with Ashley about this, that I don't feel like Tom Selleck had chemistry with Cora, and I don't know if he has chemistry with most anyone. I've never seen Magnum PI, though. Ashley did bring up that he had chemistry with Monica from Friends, and I can see that some, but I feel like this just goes to why he wouldn't have made a good Indiana Jones, which is fun because Harrison Ford was in the running for this movie.
They did a switcheroo.
They did a switcheroo, yeah. I really like Tom Selleck in this role for sure, but I don't feel he is much more of a sort of a cooler charisma than a warm charisma, I guess I'll say. But that's not something else I disliked. Something else I disliked was when Quigley, he's riding to, I forget what the name of the town is. It's like Bella Gerbil or Bella Gerb or Bella Gerb. It's the coastal town where the mom of the
Mama got shot.
Mama got shot.
I don't remember the name of that town.
Well, it's toward the end. He's riding. He left Cora and the baby in the cave, and he's riding to the town.
Right.
And somehow he all of a sudden has a duster or a coat that he's riding with. He hasn't had this the whole movie. Somehow he all of a sudden has one. Like, where did that come from all of a sudden?
He stole it from Mama.
No, this is on the way to the place. This is not after he's there. So that was a little confusing. I suppose you might say.
Did the horse have a saddlebag? It might have
I was
been.
going to say maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
That's the only rationalization I got.
It just, okay. It just seemed like a little out of nowhere. But that's something else I just liked.
It was a nice shot. They wanted him to look like it was night. It was cool.
What's up, Paul?
When you watch a movie and in comes a character and he has a toothpick in his mouth, you're like, wait, where'd he get that toothpick from? Come on.
Yeah. I'm always asking, where's that box of toothpicks that you got this from?
Yeah. I want to know the journey, the struggle you had, picking up the right one.
Considering how many people picked up random cigarettes all throughout this movie in the middle of nowhere.
It's true.
Well, Quigley was making his own cigarettes.
Yeah.
Still.
Where'd he get it from?
Roll it.
He was
at the campfire. All right, that's what it was.
Yeah, he was rolling lots of times.
I didn't see it.
Rolling.
Ride.
Well, what else? What did you see, Drew, that you didn't like? One more thing you disliked.
As much as I like Alan Rickman, and I recognize that if he didn't do this, there wouldn't be a movie.
What?
But he broke the cardinal rule about being a villain, and that you didn't take care of the hero yourself. You allowed it. You said, "Oh, we'll just let the elements take care of him." Of course, he's gonna come back and smack you. That's the worst thing you can do.
I thought you meant at the end. I'm like, he's trying to take care of him. What are you talking about?
No, before
at the beginning of the movie. After the backstabbing,
we'll let Australia kill him.
Knocks him out. He's like, "Oh, take him 2 days outside of camp. We'll let Australia kill him." I'm thinking, dude, you just signed your death warrant by saying that.
Here's the thing.
That's as bad as seeing someone going on an away mission you don't know their last name on wearing a red shirt.
Drew, I'm going to come to Alan's defense here, Gruber's defense, because I think he does have a sense of honor. Like with the deserters, he doesn't kill them until, I forget.
I don't know.
Until they try to draw.
Until they try to draw the weapons. Yeah, then he shoots them. He doesn't just like give them like a last minute. I mean, he may have treated them more nicely. I think he still turned them back over or what have you, but
oh please, he's drunk with power for that.
I think he has a sense of honor. It's just after he kills all those men that he's willing to kill Quigley, he just wanted to. Prior to that, he wanted to have Australia take care of him. But I see your point of like, if
It
he really
also-
wanted to get the job done, he should have done it himself.
Yeah, it also doesn't make sense because he really wants to get rid of him, and then he has a chance to like, nah, let's drive him out in the middle of nowhere. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Because I'm sitting there watching, going, "You idiots!
Yeah.
You could, admittedly, if you hadn't drug him out to the middle of nowhere, there wouldn't be a movie for this to
Yeah.
come back from.
Yeah.
I admit that, but it's like you just signed your death warrant, Alan Rickman.
Again.
Yeah.
You should learn your lesson by now."
Real quick, guys. This didn't make my dislike list, but this is the first time I honestly noticed it. How it feels like maybe this will be maybe it'll be one of your tragic makers, so I won't go into it right now. I will start with my tragic
Did
maker.
you
though,
notice that it was your tragic maker?
my tragic maker is
Roy?
really, really weak. It's like a pet peeve, but it just really irks me. So twice in this movie,
There's a love triangle.
No, that's
The disobedient kid.
no. Actually,
All right,
this is
folks,
something
this is the
completely
one to
new.
add to the list.
Hey, wait, how do you know that Aborigine kid that Cora had wasn't being disobedient? He wasn't. She told him to stop crying, and he didn't stop crying.
Yeah. Go ahead and cry.
I'll make noise too. And we'll
Can
scare
I
the
give
dingoes
my
off.
tragic maker, please?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Can
Can
you?
you?
What it was the moon in this. In two scenes, the moon is shot so big in the night sky. It's way bigger than it should be. And then to top it off, there's a day shot when Quigley's leaving Cora back at the town. He's going off to kill Marston. And it's a wide shot, and you can see in the sky. It's like, you know how you can see the moon during daytime in the sky? You can see the actual size right there. So it's not like they don't know how big it is, but still they should. So massive. It's just
Question.
like
I
it's
have a-
superimposed, I'm sure. But it's-
I'm
What if
sure
it
it
wasn't?
actually was, but I do have a question. Having actually shot moon photography before, and I'll admit I do not remember what the moon looked like in this film. That did
I
not
think
stick out
it's
to me at
round.
all. Yes, it is round.
It's round. It's huge. It might
But
also
I
be
mean,
another
but I
planet.
mean, how huge is it? Like a quarter of the night sky? Is it just right
No,
down there at the horizon where?
It looked like a space station
bigger?
to me.
It looked as big as like you know.
I'm just saying,
you
if it is down on the horizon, it really does look huge.
Yes.
Far bigger than you think it would.
I've seen it. Yeah. But I've seen what that looks like. It did not look.
Was it on the horizon?
Wait, it was on the horizon. But
All right, then it can be as big as the Earth.
I didn't say that.
Next time you watch, look for the moon. It's
Well, we're not to our final ratings yet.
okay. So that was my tragic maker for Quigley Down Under. Let's go to Drew next.
The moon was too big. This movie's tragic. Look at that moon.
Well, now we know what his tragic maker for Star Trek V is going to be. The moon was too big behind the Enterprise.
Maybe. Well, but if it's out in space though, and it's a different moon, I don't know what.
That doesn't matter. The moon was too big for you.
All right.
Roy.
Drew, what is your tragic maker?
How does this movie not have a sequel? This movie needs a sequel.
That would be fun. I would like
The
a
sequel
to
may
this.
not be as good as this one because this is a 90s movie, and most of the time the movies from this era didn't have good sequels. But
yeah,
especially with a name like Quigley Down Under, I half expected this to be the sequel to another movie that was just called Quigley.
Oh yeah, I think
This
that'd be fun
feels
to
like
see.
this feels like it's part of a franchise.
Yeah.
And it isn't. It's one single standalone movie.
Yeah,
And this would have been fun to have another movie go along with it.
Kind of like Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Remo Williams.
Go watch it. They want to start. They probably like this movie. They wanted to start a franchise, but this came in at 56.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah. That would have been cool though.
But this movie should have had a sequel. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It would have if it was number one.
Well, yes.
But no. What was it? What 1990? Ghost had to come in, and Home Alone,
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Gosh.
and guess
Okay.
what else?
1990.
Yeah.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor.
Yes.
Not a
okay.
tumor
I was
at
gonna
all.
say it wasn't Terminator. Okay. or Terminator 2. All right, Paul. Well, that leaves you. What is your Tragic Maker for Quigley Down Under? What really puts you down under about this movie?
I agree with Celeste that this is too long. Now, this is just
she
1
didn't say
minute.
it's too long. She just said she fell asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. She probably meant to
thing
say
that
slow and
torpedoed so
boring.
Yeah. The
Torpedo?
thing that torpedoed so many of Francisco's likes in this podcast over the years. He falls asleep in the movie, so obviously it's bad.
Yeah, this
I'm
movie
sorry, did I
is.
say Francisco? I meant Roy.
The problem with this movie is that it feels like it's 2 hours. It is a long movie, and it feels
it really doesn't follow the 3-act structure.
Yeah,
well, and I kind of like that there's a new element, and I feel like that does happen.
But the problem with
this a new danger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The problem with that though, because is Raiders of the Lost Ark and the original Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope is about 2 hours, but it doesn't feel that way because the dangers feel more real.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Rather than this is the episode where he goes to town. This is the episode with the
episodic.
Yes, this feels like a book with chapters, or an extended edition of a movie.
Yeah, I could see that. And what? So this was the thing I was going to bring up before you guys got on your Tragic Makers. I feel like it. I liked, but I didn't like how they kill Marston. That feels like the end of the movie. And then they'd have this whole thing with Ashley Pitt and the whole British soldiers coming in and like, okay, now we got you. And then the Aborigines surround them, which is cool.
I thought it was cool. It was a payoff.
Yeah, that was cool. A payoff of how he treated them and tried to.
Oh, you think that's the end? Nope, we got another end. Oh, you think that's the end? Oh no, we got another end.
Yeah,
you think that's the end? No, it's Quigley in San Francisco.
Nope, we never got to San Francisco.
Nope.
So I felt like that dragged it in a bit long, and there were other parts like I know I was watching with Ashley, and this was her first time watching it, and like about an hour in, she was curious how much longer it was. That's the sign.
Congratulations, you're halfway there.
Exactly. So I can totally accept the criticism of that. But
now if you're into one of these long movies that has like an epic feel, this is like one of those older movie that kind of feels that way. Just you don't know that going into it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Very true.
Well, let me throw this out there because this is actually the second Western I've reviewed this week. Because we did Five Goes West this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that movie has like no rest in it whatsoever. If the movie feels like it's an hour long.
Yeah.
So I actually liked that this felt like it had breathing room.
Oh, okay. So you're in the mood for it. So if, like I said, again, if you're in the mood for a longer movie, if you're in the mood for an extended edition, this is a movie to go for.
Yeah. I think that's a good way of putting it, Paul, that this feels like an extended edition for sure. Awesome, guys. Well, now that we've entered all our trajectories into the firing computer, let's do have a firing solution for us.
Firing solution complete. Rating salvo at the ready. On your mark.
All right. Do we rate Quigley Down Under a classic? We'd recommend anyone go see this, whether or not they've seen it before. A nostalgic. It's worth revisiting if you saw it as a kid or young adult, and you're looking for like a Western that's a little different from a standard Western to watch. Yeah, go watch this. But if you've never seen it before, check out something else, I guess. Or is it a tragic? We'd recommend no one go see this. If you've seen it before and you have good memories, don't sully those memories with a rewatch. And if you've never seen it before, keep it that way. So let's start with our guest, Drew. What is your final rating for Quigley Down Under?
Well, Roy, I'm gonna have to give it a classic.
It's not Roy. Oh, what? A classic? Oh, you can call me Roy. Classic, really? Okay.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this film.
Awesome. You had predicted nostalgic too, so I'm surprised that it raised for you like that.
Well, what it was is I saw this film once, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think I only actually saw about an hour of it for whatever reason. So, I just remembered I liked it. That's why I signed up to be on it.
Yeah.
Actually stand up for a lot of them because I had to use the shotgun approach to get on this show. But
it worked.
It did.
And I watched this like, yeah, this is a great film.
Oh, yay. I'm so glad you liked it. Awesome. Except unless I didn't like it, in which case, bleh. But Paul, you had predicted tragic. So where did this movie end up for you? I'm very curious.
To be fair to the listeners, if you enjoyed this movie, I think that you would enjoy it on a rewatch. It's not a classic like, oh, you must go out and see it. To me, in fact, I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. But again, to be fair, I'll keep it at the nostalgic. I'll boost it up to a nostalgic level just for the people that enjoy it before. I think you would enjoy it again.
So here's a question for you, Paul. Two questions, two-parter. Do you like Westerns in general as a genre?
Yeah.
Okay. What Western would you recommend? Like if someone would say, "Hey, I'm
Back to the Future 3."
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Other than Back to the Future 3, like a standalone, not like I have to. Not that you necessarily have to watch all the first two, but it helps.
That being time travel, I consider that more sci-fi. That just happens to be in the West.
Yeah, I would say Maverick is a great one, even though that's more comedy rather than Western.
Yeah.
But
Maverick though.
What's that one that we reviewed? Not Tombstone. Yeah, Tombstone. Yeah,
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Really? See, I felt like Tombstone was too slow, but okay, all right.
That
That's
had
fair.
more characters to root
Drama.
for, I guess.
No.
I don't
Okay.
know. It is slow, but yeah.
That is fair, Paul. Okay, so but nostalgic for you. Awesome. And for me, and you probably guessed by now, I definitely rate this a classic. It was still super enjoyable for me. I definitely enjoyed revisiting it. I'm glad it wasn't a movie where I'm like, why did I waste my birthday pick on this movie? No, I was very glad that I picked this one. It's fun getting to rewatch it. Definitely enjoyed
slow and boring.
Whatever. For my review, my 5 rating is slow and boring. You, Paul, thanks.
Just like this movie.
Oh my gosh! How dare you, sir? But
I thought you were doing fine, Roy.
It is not. Anyways, according to the Retro Rewind podcast, we rate Quigley Down Under a disputed classic film. We'd recommend anyone go see this, whether or not you've seen it before. But now it's time to get back to our own time. Good old 20XX.
20XX?
Comsat online. Receiving incoming transmission.
Feels good to be back, but we wouldn't have been able to travel back to 1990 to begin with if it weren't for our amazing reflux capacitors, namely Jared Holzhauer, Deborah Powers, Brian Keene, Patrick Hicks, Chris Cowan, Geek Devotions, The Untold Podcast, James Caniston, Drew of the Cellcast. Oh, you're right.
Hey!
Ashley
Thanks, Roy.
Cronenberg, Pastor Dustin, Kennethan, Redeemed Otaku. That's our Baba. Josh Adams, D. Tungsten, Andy Lewis, Jeff, The Dapper Man Reviews, Tony from the Retro Days, Mr. Lost, Daryl Hafner, Rosie, in addition to 7 other awesome patrons as well.
This stream is sponsored by PaulJPowers.com.
That also. Thank you all so much for keeping the gigawatts coming. And if you want to help us keep flying for as little as $1 a month and get bonus content for your generosity, head over to RetroRewindPodcast.com/support to start.
Hey, Roy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that I'm not the only person who's got to change a Patreon name this week. Because you missed a change that you need to make.
Ashley Ruiz. Oh, Ashley Ruiz is the new patron. Sorry.
What?
Yes, not Cronenbitter. What's going on here?
Cronenbitter's gone. It's Ruiz now.
I'm not going to redo the whole list, but Ashley Ruiz, thank you for your support for these last 3 years. Let's see.
And then
so
the cat.
So much.
All right, fine. You can thank people. It's fine. And while we're thanking people, we want to give a big Australian Down Under hug to Drew Dodgen for supporting us with his thoughts about
Paul,
Quigley Down Under.
Paul actually got my last name right. That's amazing.
He did.
Yeah,
good job, Paul.
Once in a while. And your name, sir?
Well, I am Drew from the Cellcast. We review animated movies and television shows. And also, I am doing on that feed now an analysis and look at the video game series Kingdom Hearts. So if you enjoy any of that, come over and listen to us over there. at thecellcast.podbean.com.
And cell is spelled with
Cell is spelled with a single L.
And a C.
C-E-L.
And a C. Yes.
CEL. Okay.
CEL. Awesome. Thank you again so much, Drew. And also my friend Paul, who's so great. All your rewinders, new or old, thank you for another fun voyage.
And the captain's last name is Roy. No, but you're welcome. You can find me, pauljpowers.com, at pauljpowers.com.
And you can find me, Francisco Ruiz.
Who's that?
I think you mean Francisco Royes.
You can find me on our Discord for show announcements or just to say hi. Not to troll me. Join us at retrorewindpodcast.com/Discord.
I can't think of a better invitation.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box, a curated collection of podcasts, videos, and articles that will provide you a balanced meal of content. You will find culture celebrated for its past and future, satirized for its extremes, explored in study, and created anew in story. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
Okay, disembodied floating head, whatever your head is doing. Thank you. We are now part of the Culture Box Media Network. You can find all the shows unpacking truth through Roy, comedy, and geekery at culturebox.media. And with that, Captain, we are in final approach to our base, which is hopefully not across the sea.
I hope it's not across the sea. Thank you.
Because that looked like a long voyage in that little boat.
Oh, it
right?
Would have been.
Well, 3 months? 3 months just to get there? Jeez.
And that's just from the San Francisco to the other side of Australia.
Yeah.
Imagine what Cora had to do going from Galveston before the Panama Canal was built.
Oh, my gosh. Why are the ships going to Australia from there? But anyway, thank you, EXO, and thank you all for listening. We pray you are more joyful now. And the mode.
Not thank now. You. Sorry.
So close, Roy. So close.
Thank you, EXO, and thank you all for listening. We pray you are more joyful today than when you first hit play. But like a Pokemon, we gotta catch you all for Electric Dreams? Apparently our next episode of the Retro Rewind podcast.
I don't even know what that is.
Is that what androids dream of? I thought we already reviewed Blade Runner.
Those are sheep that they dream of. Electric sheep.
Yeah. It's still Electric Dreams, right?
Something about Blade Runners. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo. Good night, Roy.
Ah! Okay. That's the end of the main review. We'll do spiritual speculation. Do either of you need to take a bathroom break or anything before you do?
I'm out.
Well, okay. Go get yourself more in and out, Paul.
Yep. All right. Got to take an in and out run. See you later. Hey, Francisco. Is your last name Biv? Like your first name's Roy or middle name's G?
He's not that colorful.
Oh.
Gosh.
Brighten up your day.
My gosh.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
God is sovereign and in control. He is, Kennethan. Amen. Wow.
Biv.
Francisco Biv? Yeah, no.
Francisco
Ruiz.
Francisco G.
Biv. Not Roy Ruiz. Not Roy Francisco.
Francisco Ruiz. Got it.
Frank Roy Ease. Gotcha.
Ruiz. Francisco Ruiz. Seething much? Much too much.
Fran! Oh my gosh.
You mean like the nanny?
You guys ready for spiritual speculation? Thumbs
Maybe?
up if you're ready. Okay.
But broads don't belong in broadcasting? Sorry. I heard it on UHF.
Welcome, Reflux Capacitors, to another spiritual speculation. This time we are talking about the spiritual themes that the movie Quigley Down Under prompted us to think about. And before we get into that, though, let's go around real quick and say who we are, what our belief was growing up, and what we currently believe today. Oh, also, if you haven't listened to the review, or you found this some other way, you can check out our Quigley Down Under review at retrorewindpodcast.com/258. But anyway, first let's start with I'll start with myself. Hi, I'm Francisco. I was raised as Presbyterian, which is a Christian denomination, and currently a non-denominational Protestant Christian. Yes, I know non-denomination is technically a denomination. I don't want to hear your guff, okay? Let's go to Drew next.
Wow, Roy, you seem a little...
yeah, I'm a little on edge.
A little sensitive.
Way to start the episode.
Yeah. I'm Drew. I am a Southern. I was saved in a Southern Baptist church. Currently, still Southern Baptist.
Fantastic. Nice. And Paul.
I grew up going to Australia, hunting dingoes to keep them off their property, and then I got thrown out and beaten up and almost died out in the outback, but then I came to realization that Jesus was the answer, and so I'm following him now.
It
may have not been due to the Aborigines and what they gave me, but the truth is the truth.
And their weird magic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right. Well, they apparently they believe in Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Who knew it was Lent?
We're going to assume that's Ash and not what he described as what came out of the southern end of a northbound kangaroo.
Exactly. Regardless, let's start with Drew tonight. What's something, spiritually speaking, that this movie prompted you to think of?
So there's a lot of racism in this movie against the Aborigines Australians.
What?
Yeah.
And
yeah, there is. Absolutely.
And seeing all that, even though that would have been historically accurate for that time period, it just got me to thinking about how evil racism is. And as proof, it says, so in Genesis 1:27 in the ESV, it says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them.
Correct. Yes.
And, if God's image is really important if God is important to us, then his image, which is what we're created in, it should be just as important, which means we really shouldn't be hating on anybody.
Yeah.
No matter what color or facial structure they are.
No matter if they call you Roy when that's not your name or not. Yes.
Exactly, Roy.
I mean, I have to like Roy too?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
No. Okay, so
you have to love your neighbor as yourself.
Oh.
As it says in Matthew. I don't remember where in Matthew because I didn't look that one up.
What does it mean?
That would have made more sense since this is about Matthew Quigley.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna. Well, Paul, I'll let you speak to this because I feel like I'm gonna derail. Drew's point. Though I do agree that racism in
you are going to derail me, Roy.
Racism in any form is definitely wrong and isn't in line with the Bible
Scripture.
At all. Yeah, Scripture.
Yes, of that we agree.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Paul? Yeah.
No, that was a good way to.
Oh, okay. So this is a little soapboxy for me.
What is?
What I'm about to say, if you give me a chance.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Drew was talking too much, like he's on a soapbox. But no, you're setting up your own soapbox.
Exactly.
Okay, go for it.
I have a soapbox.
Which is like so many soapboxes because
all my soap comes in bottles, so
that's fine. Then my soap
mine come in little boxes, the bars.
Anyway, I think this came from a Morgan Freeman talk, honestly, but I think he commented on something how it doesn't make sense. I may be misquoting him, and I'm not sure if he got this from somewhere else, but it doesn't make sense to call it racism because we're all the human race. And that's why I usually try to say something more like ethnicist, like if you're against someone else's ethnicity, exactly, because that I think is much more, that word evokes skin tone or nationality or tribe a bit better than race because we are the human race. But this is where I was going to pivot Drew, I'm curious.
I think you're being pedantic, but moving on.
Drew,
aliens.
If you don't like me being a United Statesian, then you can just get out. Anyway,
dude, I'm in Texas. I'm a native-born Texican. You can't tell me nothing.
Okay, crazy
Can't tell
Cora.
me nothing. Okay, we just did. Okay.
Here's my question: how would you feel about racism if there was an alien race, like an
That's wrong, also.
Okay, why is that wrong? Because
it's hatred. We're supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves. That
Boom!
includes our galactical galactical. That's not a word.
Yeah, galactical neighbor.
Our celestial neighbors. How's that?
No. If I was in Dallas, Texas, no wait. Where does Celeste live? Then she'd be my neighbor.
Shreveport,
wrong,
Louisiana.
Celeste.
There we go.
No, well, okay.
But something else I forgot. Geek Devotions.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't for 2 months.
Wait, what are you saying to me, Kenneth? Then pedantic adjective characterized by narrow, often ostentatious concern for academic knowledge of former rules. Whatever, Kenneth. Then
big words. Someone's trying to sound smart.
I'm sorry. I grew up with a large vocabulary.
No, that's good.
I grew up with a dictionary too. I just didn't read it.
Oh wow.
Because it's slow and boring.
I am curious though. What makes you feel like aliens would be considered our neighbors? Like, are they? Because I think that a lot of that comes from being image bearers of God. Do you believe that aliens would be image bearers of God as well?
Well, first off, we are definitely getting off into the speculation part of this because
here.
To some degree, I don't think aliens would actually exist.
Oh,
but
okay.
if we're going down that road,
which we are,
why would they not be image bearers also if they were created to be intelligent as we are?
Because a twig is made by God. It doesn't mean that it has the image of God.
I am not talking about Baby Groot right here.
Yes, but I'll actually come to your defense. My defense to what Drew is saying is, how do you know they're not made in the image of God?
Yeah, that's a good point. Why?
I have to read their Bible to see what it says.
Now, admittedly, it would really suck to be those aliens because they don't know why they're stuffed in the fall because of our mistake.
That's right. All of creation.
It's us who sinned. And we screwed up all of creation. That includes all the galaxies and the universi and the multiverses.
Well,
and all
what if it doesn't? It only pertains to Earth, and they're living in their perfect worlds, and they're like exploring the universe, and like, we crash landed on the do not enter planet.
Does this look like C.S. Lewis's space trilogy to you?
Yeah,
it could.
I'm not going down that road because actually that's one of the parts I didn't like about that trilogy myself.
Real quick. Kenneth, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm very sorry. I hope you weren't genuinely hurt by that. Thank you. I appreciate that you gave the word ostentatious. What was that?
Pedantic.
Pedantic. Yeah.
Oh, I think I yelled at him, but I didn't mean it like that. Sorry.
Oh, I thought I was yelling at him.
No, I said big words, and
I don't remember anybody's voice getting raised.
I remember Francisco raising his Roy level up.
That's
only because we keep calling him
name.
Roy.
Thank you.
Oh, now Ken's just messing with us. All right, good on you, sir. See, look, you almost got Roy to the bite me stage.
The genuine question of why would I consider aliens not image bearers of God?
Yeah,
because that's how God made them. I'm gonna make them not in my image. Because I already made those people in my image on Earth.
I don't know. That's a good point.
My question would be, if you're going to have some people who are on our level of intelligence, that have our abilities of cognizance. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Cognition.
Cognition.
Well,
basically, if they're on ours or above our level
of intelligence,
why would they not also be image bearers of God?
I'll throw this as an argument.
Why would they not have souls if they were more intelligent than us?
Some have argued that angels do not have the image of God.
But they're spiritual beings. That's
but they are intelligent like us.
Yes, but they are not physical beings.
So
they can take a physical form if God gives it, but bear in mind, I'm also of the thought there's probably not aliens out there.
Yeah.
So this is definitely in the area I've not thought too strongly.
All right, we don't know if there are. We don't know if they're not aliens. We don't know if they're made in the image of God. We don't know if they're not. We don't know if there's a flat Earth or round Earth. We just don't know. There's some things we don't know.
No, this is definitely a round Earth.
Well, it's round, but it's like fall.
We don't know if the moon is massive or if it's small. No one knows these things.
We are not in Narnia, so hush.
It just hits me in the eye like a big pizza pie. That's all I know.
I guess, I'm not sure how to think about this. I guess a lot of it comes down to, like, if we were visited by aliens, by intelligent beings.
Okay, not the microorganisms on Mars or anywhere.
No.
Yeah, I am assuming our
intelligent, sentient beings.
Yeah, as sentient as we are.
Exactly. Then we'd have to have some way to, first off, to communicate, and then just to have a sense of what they believe in terms of higher state or in terms of philosophy and theology.
We should ask Indiana Jones.
Right? Yeah.
That film doesn't
exist. Film went great. But so it's
I don't believe in
crystal
skulls.
It'd be hard to tell. All that, to bring it back around, I feel like if you treated an alien race hostilely, that would technically be actual racism, not racism
like alienation,
of human to human. Yeah, like alienation. Yes, exactly. That movie / show. Yeah. I consider. I think that almost undermines when you say someone's a racist. That sort of undermines that you think that you're almost classifying them as not able to see other humans as human, and maybe I don't know if that's
no, they're just less than,
which we all disagree with.
Yeah. But I would. It's frustrating when I always hear that people have taken the Bible to, like, back when there was slavery in the United States, that slave owners would use the Bible to keep slaves enslaved. But I don't know how true that is. I know there is a Pauline passage where if it's something like slaves treat your masters well or something, like you're doing it unto the Lord, but
yeah, but one should point out that the slaves in the Bible were not as enslaved as the slaves in the United States were. We treated them like cattle. The slaves in the Bible were pretty much just indentured servants.
Yes,
employees.
Yeah,
employees. Yeah, exactly.
With without benefits.
Yeah, so I think that's why I'm trying to say that it's frustrating when anyone uses the Bible. Essentially, when anyone uses the Bible, that's what this really comes down to. People using the Bible.
It's frustrating when anyone uses the Bible.
That's
exactly what you just said.
I'm trying to finish my statement.
Okay, Roy.
Jokers in it. When anyone uses the Bible to justify their own sinful acts. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. That sounds like something people do all day, every day.
Well, yes.
Well, everybody does it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right.
Do you try to do it, though? Like, are you intentionally doing it?
Sometimes I wonder.
We as humans are really good at rationalizing every action we do to make it look like we're not in the wrong. And
I'm not trying to confuse myself, but I often do it.
That's fair. Of course, I mean, when you're someone like me, it's never wrong. It's I don't have to worry about those things. But
whatever you say, Roy.
Mr. Biv.
Bust a vein over here, guys. Anyway.
Bust a vein. Biv.
You're supposed to bust moves, not veins.
Oh my gosh.
Roy G. Biv.
Any other thoughts you had about that, Drew, or any other comments you wanted to make?
That's racist.
Racism was wrong. Okay, yes, that's true.
No matter how you cook it, right? Racism is wrong.
All right. Even though technically it's ethnicist, but yes.
And that's being very pedanticist.
What does pedantic mean again?
No,
Stop
it's
it,
being
Kenneth,
specific. The English language is very specific.
Yeah, that's what I am trying to be. But
so you don't get like.
I get that just like calling someone an American is the common way of doing it, and I understand.
Yeah.
Just say North American and you're fine.
Yeah, you're insulting all the Canadians. Go for it.
Yeah, and all the Mexicans. Great. That's wonderful.
I thought they were Latin America.
No, nope.
That's Central.
No, Mexico's not Central America, but it doesn't matter. Paul, did you have anything spiritually speaking from this film?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll go with mine.
Yeah.
For me, the thing that went along with one of the things I liked was just how much excellence that Quigley has for shooting his sharps rifle. I just think that's so amazing when someone can build up the skill in something to be so excellent in it. And I was trying to I thought there was a passage in the Bible that talked about do things with excellence, but I could not find it. So maybe that's I think Drew was saying earlier when I was talking about this message transliteration or a paraphrase or something. So I went with something else that is sort of in the same vein.
I'm with you though, and that is in the Bible somewhere. I just can't find it either. I swear I've seen it in there.
Maybe I just need to do a search for the word excellence, but
I tried that.
Oh, and nothing? Okay.
Not an ESV. Maybe ESV uses a different word than excellence, but
maybe. But this is in Ecclesiastes, which is a book that the author may have been Solomon. I think it's not entirely clear who the author was, but
it's assumed to be Solomon.
Yeah, from Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10, he writes, "Whatever your hand finds to do, verily do it." Apparently, this is King James. "Verily do it with all your might, for there is no activity or planning or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol," which is like the grave, "where you are going." So that's all to say that, and this is prior to Christ coming back. I'm actually in a Bible study with Kennethan and Yoshi and some other people.
Nice.
Where we're studying through Ecclesiastes right now, and it's interesting when you're comparing.
Such a joyful book.
Well, yeah, but there is a lot of joy in knowing that there is Christ has come back, and so all the things that are essentially meaningless without Christ do have meaning and purpose. But I think this is something where Quigley is someone who finds, being so good at being able to shoot from a long distance. He's able to do that with everything he can. And I really appreciate that aspect. And anyone, whether it's artisans or plumbers or electricians or
perfectionists,
sports car drivers, anyone that's like, God has gifted me with this talent. I want to essentially take that talent and 2x it, like the Jesus parable of man gets 5 talents, then he goes and makes 5 talents more. Guy gets 2 talents, makes 2 talents more.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I try to endeavor to do with like this podcast and things I'm passionate about. Do you guys see any? My question to you guys is: do you see any? Well, Drew, you brought up perfectionism, and I think that isn't.
I did.
I did.
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry. Paul brought up perfectionism. Do you think it's how do you fight falling into perfectionism?
Because I think like everything in life, it requires balance. You can always go to the extreme.
Yeah.
And so even Roy can focusing on, too much. He could be on the rifle range all day, every day, rather than, going out and telling people about God.
Yeah.
There's also remembering that perfection often is the enemy of good.
And good is the enemy of perfection.
That too.
Good is the enemy of great.
That's what I thought. I thought good was the enemy of great. Yeah.
It's just remembering that if you are searching, trying to be a perfectionist about every little itty bitty thing, you'll never get it done. So it's not even good.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and something that
who's perfect
God.
Jesus?
God. So he's a perfectionist, and he created the world, and he said it was good. So it's perfect until we came along.
And we screwed it up.
Yep. But then Jesus came back and redeemed it, and is still redeeming it.
Has he?
I said, and is still redeeming it.
Okay. Wait till the millennium.
It
then
is a
we'll
process.
Oh my gosh. You and your millennium. I don't know if I have anything else to say about that component of it.
So be excellent to each other.
Yes.
And party on, dudes.
Yes,
All right.
exactly. I'm going to, live and in living color, I'm going to do one more search
In living color.
for excellence. I like to use
In living excellence. Okay.
Oh my gosh, guys! I'm gonna go
You do
Bible
that,
Hub,
Roy.
where I tend to use that for lexicon lookups and things like that. But let me look for excellence.
Well, I mean, that whole concept, like when Joseph served in Pharaoh's courts, he did it with excellence. So that whole concept is there throughout the Bible.
Yeah.
Rather than, I don't know if there's a specific verse that says it the way we're looking for.
Yeah, and maybe not. And it's not good to, what's it called when you take one verse and use that to justify whatever your teaching is? There's a name for that.
I call it convenience.
Wow. That's not what I call it.
Oh. Let's throw a few more into this.
Yes, let's, because people come to podcasts for
Yes.
They love them so much.
Yeah. Too bad we
Yeah.
weren't excellent about that. Huh?
It's not like I don't edit out of my own speech every day. Every podcast.
Oh, I was
That's
gonna say,
nice.
like, while you're talking, you edit out the ums in conversation with people.
Wouldn't that be a great superpower? Edit your own speech while you say it.
Wow.
I wonder if you can have that, like,
No.
automatically.
I don't think so.
Then, like, the space-time continuum would be the space-time continue.
Let's see. Is anyone in chat giving us the No. Okay.
Aluminium.
Wait
So
till the millennium.
I'm not finding anything. So yeah, maybe that is 20xx.
Colossians
actually,
3:23 is the
Okay.
closest that I can find. Is whatever you do, work at it with all your heart and work for the Lord, not for human masters.
Okay, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that is just working as hard as you can with whatever you do. That seems very, very similar to the Ecclesiastes passage, but that's actually putting God as the focus, not just do it because you can't do it in the grave. Essentially, is what Ecclesiastes is saying. So do it now while you have time.
Do it now.
Well, I'm curious. Is there anything that you guys feel like you strive to do with excellence?
Yeah, I strive to get to the chopper. Do it now.
Wow. Okay. That's great.
I mean,
Okay.
shouldn't everything we're doing we should be doing with excellence?
Well, no, like what you're saying. Well, I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like
the work you do for your boss, the work we do
Yeah.
for podcasts.
Yeah, but I can't.
The work
for
you do
instance,
on the
I don't know
toilet.
Yeah, like
Well,
should I try
how
to-
you serve the church. I mean,
The
all
words
of
you
that should
say
be
on a
doing as
podcast.
excellent as possible.
I think you should be excellent in service and
Should always be
relationships.
striving for excellence.
in things that have a touch point with someone else, with another image bearer of God. Yes, I think that things
But
like,
even
like
if
you're
the things
saying-
that you're working on yourself, they eventually might impact others later
Yeah.
on.
and that still counts. But like you said, like being on the toilet, Paul, I don't know if that's necessarily something you have to do with excellence.
Well, you don't want to do it poorly because then you just have to clean up after yourself. That's a big mess.
Actually, if you don't use the bathroom excellently and you don't clean up after yourself like you're supposed to, you are now causing trouble for the janitor to have to come in there and clean up after you. How is that being excellent to your neighbor?
That's
How's
not
that
being
being
a
That's a
good.
touch point with someone else.
That's not being
your
a
own
good
bathroom.
steward of your resources because that's throwing money away to pay the janitor and the maid and the butler.
I'm just assuming public restroom. My apologies.
Yeah, I was thinking my own. But thank you, Ashley, for more scripture. We did look at that Philippians passage earlier, but that's more like thinking on things as opposed to doing things. So,
well, as the
a
man
little
thinketh,
different.
so it becomes. Is the proverb.
That's fair. That's fair. But I think we're going to go ahead and end it there. A little lighter on the spiritual speculation. Sometimes, I mean, we could go really deep with if it's turtles, apparently. Sometimes with
Quigley, we talk about poop.
And racism.
Exactly. Your faith is generous provision and moral excellence. Yeah, moral excellence is definitely good. Thank you, Ashley, for all those.
Don't worry, Francisco. We're striving for excellence.
We are.
Indeed.
And we hope that you do too. Awesome reflexive pastors. Thank you for allowing us to do as excellent a job as we can by supporting this content. We pray it was a blessing to you. But for Drew, for Paul, and for myself, we bid you all shalom.
That means excellent.
Awesome, guys. All right. Thank you, everyone who is here on stream. D. Tungsten, Ashley, Ken, Geek Devotions. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he jumped in at the last moment.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Dang the Captain gets married, and suddenly he is like to grow a mustache. Yeah. This is totally me and not a Tom Selleck filter. Yeah. You know, my blue eyes.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I grew those too.
It's amazing you get that full of mustache in under a week.
Oh, yeah. Easy. I grow hair very quickly.
Some people.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Neko, I know, is here. I'm trying to think if there's Yoshi. I know is here. Leon Bobo is here. Thank you all so much. So tomorrow, wow.
I'm Tom too.
Yeah, you are,
Mr. Selleck.
Wow.
So what we're doing tomorrow, for those that are curious, instead of Starry Kid Adventure, since it's my birthday, what I decided to do was I'm just going to play community games for several
Happy
hours.
birthday.
Thank you. So I'm not sure what game I'm going to start with. Maybe just Street Fighter 2, so I can just play through it while I'm waiting for people to join, and maybe you can.
Is that at regular time?
Yeah, I'm going to be starting at 6. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to end. I might go for like 6 hours, so maybe noonish.
Oh wow, that's a long stream.
Yeah, but
hey, look what I'm looking at. PaulJPowers.com.
Yes, I see. But that is the plan for tomorrow. So probably Street Fighter 2, maybe some Fall Guys, Shredder's Revenge, Splatoon, Mario Kart, Pokemon Unite. There's a plethora of possible games. So hopefully you can join for some of that. The police was
again with the big words.
What are you guys talking about in chat? My goodness.
The police.
Something about the police and Sting.
Oh my God. Captain got married, and he actually moved out to Hawaii, where he joined the police. Yes. Yeah, I'm Magnum PI over here. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're just missing the Hawaiian shirt.
Well, I don't have a Hawaiian.
Yes, post the gallery link in Discord.
Ooh, but don't they need the password for that?
Or maybe patrons can have access.
Oh, yeah, do it for patrons. There you go. So partners in Time Channel. Anyway. But Hawaii 5-0, that's a good point too. Okay, well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for everyone here in chat. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Until next time, here is your stream phase.
That means peace.
Oh my God, it doesn't mean peace. And the name is Francisco, by the way.
Oh,
whatever you say, Roy.
Royce and many